Good morning, cadets. This is the last poem of the main course book, Flamingo. And the title of this poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. This poem is written by Adriana Rich. Adriana Rich. So, here the theme of this poem, she expresses the constraints of married life of a woman that she experiences. So, what are the constraints of married life and the experience that she had due to the married life, due to marriage? So, that is the theme of this poem. At first, we'll recite the poem and then we'll go to the important points and the literary devices used by the poet. So, at first, let's go to the poem and let's recite the poem. Let's try to understand the poem. So, what is the title of this poem? Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. And it is written by Adriana Rich, R-I-C-H. It should have been R-I-C-H. So, shall we recite the poem? Yes. Are you ready? Let's go to the poem. The title, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Now, what do you see here? You can see the tiger. Yes, you can see the tiger. Now, here the poem addresses the constraints of married life a woman experiences. So, what is the theme? Constraints of married life. A woman's exploitation due to marriage. So, that is the theme of this poem written by Adriana Rich. A short poem. So, let's go to this poem. First stanza. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. So there's a screen. What is that? Screen here. There's a curtain. So a cloth hanging there. And what a tiger is doing? It's a prancing, it's jumping up. So it's a jumping up there over that screen. Probably it is over the wall. And bright topaz denizens of a world of green. So what is topaz? It's a transparent yellow stone which is used in jewelry. So yellow stone, very valuable stone, precious stone. That's a topaz. And here this is color of the tiger, yellowish color. So shining, denizens of a world of green. So it's dweller of the forest, world of green, green world of the forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They are not afraid of the men who are under the tree or who are quite comfortable. They are not afraid of those men. But who is afraid of them? This woman. And she has been suffering mainly because of the man who is under the shade, who is under the tree, who is quite comfortable. Whereas this tiger's pace, they are moving sleek, very quick, sleek. So they are moving and they are chivalric. They are quite brave. and they have a lot of confidence, certainty. So they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. So they have got confidence. They are fearless. Yes, they are quite smooth in their movement. They look quite brave, chivalric. So here Aunt Jennifer's tigers are prancing. So it's about the tigers, which is there on the screen, which is hanging on the wall. So the first stanza, it is about Aunt Jennifer's tigers, which is the embroidery work of Aunt Jennifer. So what are those tigers are doing? They are jumping across a screen. And how are they? They are quite smooth. Their movement is quite smooth. They are quite brave. They have got a lot of confidence. So it's the first stanza is dealing with what? The first stanza is dealing with tigers of Aunt Jennifer. Now let's go to the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool. Find even the ivory needle hard to pull. She is finding it very difficult for the ivory needle to pull because she has become so weak. Aunt Jennifer's fingers are fluttering. Where her hands are moving about her wool, but the movement is not very smooth. She has to put in a lot of efforts. She has to put in a lot of efforts. They are fluttering. She has become so weak and she is finding it difficult, even that needle to pull. And why is it? It's mainly because of the massive weight, the heavy weight of the marriage of uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hands. So what is there in the hand? As a result of the marriage, it's there in her hand. That wedding band that is there in the hand. And due to marriage, she is facing now the problem. What if the burden she is having? It's all due to the marriage. And it is lying heavy on her hand. That wedding band is lying there on the hand. That shows that she was married. That shows that probably she was exploited a lot. When aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. Now here that aunt is dead. She is no more. But what has happened? Her terrified hands will lie still ringed with ordeals. So she'll be surrounded by those ordeals, difficult times, though she's dead. Even after her death, she is not left free. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing. Whereas the tigers that were made on the panel, the embroidery work that is there, hanging there on the wall, there you can see the tiger. It is jumping, it is quite proud, and it is fearless. So probably she wanted to lead that kind of life. What she had imagined about, what she had thought about. But the reality is not so. And she has suffered a lot. So here, what we learn is that Aunt Jennifer has faced many ordeals, hardships during her married life. And here, the poet is very much sympathetic towards Aunt Jennifer. What is poet describing? She's describing the burdensome married life of Aunt Jennifer. So now let us see the important points here. First of all, the theme. And what is the theme? The constraints of married life of a woman. So that is the theme of this poem, and the important point to remember. The desire of a woman for freedom and strength has been brought out by the poet. She wants to be quite strong. She wants to be free. She doesn't want to remain like a slave under a man. And her deep desire within her that she should be free, she should be strong, and that has been brought out by the poet. What is she doing? She's embroidering. So she has embroidered bright yellow tigers on a screen, on a piece of cloth, on the panel. So she has done embroidery work. And what is that embroidery work? There are tigers. They are jumping. They are prancing. They are yellowish in color. These tigers move about freely, fearlessly, and confidently in the green forest. So, how are they? They are moving fearlessly, they are confident, and yes, they are not afraid of anybody. In contrast, Aunt Jennifer is quite weak and nervous, but probably she imagined that she should be like those tigers who could move freely, who were quite fearless, and who had a lot of confidence. So sleek, surely, chivalric certainty, sleek, smooth movement, quite free, chivalric, quite brave, certainty, confident. And though Aunt Jennifer was quite nervous, quite weak, she wanted to be like those tigers that were there on the panel, the tigers that she had embroidered. And how was her condition? She was quite weak. To make her embroidery, she finds the ivory needle hard to pull. So she was burdened so much that she had become very weak. And she was finding it very difficult, that needle to pull. Now, what is a wedding ring? Wedding ring is symbolic of the burden of commitments and bindings of married life. Now, this wedding ring is quite symbolic here because she's surrounded by all the ordeals, all the hardships, all the problems, all the difficult experiences. It is due to marriage. It is the ring that has brought into this kind of problems. So she has been burdened with a lot of work. It's a due to marriage. Her marriage with uncle has taken away her freedom. So what has been the consequence of her marriage? It has taken away freedom. It has taken away confidence to live life the way she wishes. Now, due to that exploitation, due to those problems, she dies. But after death, also, she is not able to enjoy that freedom. After death, the mark of the wedding ring will continue to show her sad, burdened life. She dies, whereas the embroidery of tigers that she has made is immortal. So she is mortal, she is dead. But what has happened? The embroidery of tigers speak of the kind of life she wished to live. So that embroidery of tigers, that artwork, that has become very immortal. Okay, now let us move on to the literary devices that has been used by the poet here in this poem. So what are the literary devices? So let's go to those literary devices and let's see those literary devices that have been used by the poet first. And then we'll discuss some of the questions on this poem. Now symbols. Tigers, how are they? Fearless, bold, courageous, chivalric, chivalric, very bold and brave, courageous. Certainty, there is certainty in them. So there is a confidence in them. So fearless, confident, courageous. Actually, here they are reflection of Aunt Jennifer's inner self. These tigers are reflection of Aunt Jennifer's in herself. She wanted to be like those tigers, fearless, certain. Ring and uncle's wedding band. These two, now Ring as well as wedding band of the uncle, show power of her husband on her bondage, burden of marriage. So due to marriage, what has happened? She's surrounded by what? Ordeals. She's surrounded by very difficult experiences. The band has become metaphorically too heavy to break for Aunt Jennifer. She is not able to get rid of all that. Now let's go to the questions that will appear on this poem. Let's see few questions here. The first question, name the poem and the poet. So the title of the poem is very important. And what is the title of the poem? Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Who has written it? Adriana Rich. See the spelling of the word Adriana. Adrienne. And Rich, quite easy to write. Rich. Title, I hope you remember, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. Okay, what is Aunt Jennifer's death symbolic of? She's dead. Aunt is dead. The poet says. Aunt Jennifer's death is symbolic of her complete submission to a separation. Complete submission to a separation. And what ultimately has happened? It is because of that separation she dies. Is the society in any way affected by her death? No, the society is not affected by her death. Now here, what is the significance of terrified hands? Now here are terrified hands. Now she is terrified of, even after her death, she has not been able to free herself from the chains of her mental separation. So her mental separation is not over. She has not been able to free herself from the chains of her mental separation. So she has been exploited to that extent. She has been suppressed to that extent that she has not been able to come out of that. So let us see these practice questions. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. So they are prancing, they are jumping up where? Across that screen, across that panel, which is hanging there. Bright topaz denizens of a world of green. So this world is of a forest, green forest. So here they are the dwellers of the forest. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They are not afraid of the men who are leading a very comfortable life in the shade. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. So you can see smoothness in their movement. They are quite brave, they are quite confident. And who are now confident? Here these tigers are prancing confidently. Where are the tigers? The tigers are in the panel or the tigers are in the screen. Are the tigers real? So they are not real tigers. What are they? It's an embroidery work. It's an art work. So they are not real tigers. What does denizens mean? Dwellers who are living there. And what is the significance of the line? They do not fear the men beneath the tree. They are not afraid. They are fearless. They are not afraid of the men. And who is afraid of the men? This lady, Aunt Jennifer, is afraid of the men. Now let's go to the next question. Answer the following in about 30 to 40 words each. How are Aunt Jennifer's tigers different from her? Value points. So she has become weak, whereas tigers are quite strong. She has become docile, very submissive, whereas the tigers are quite fearless and brave, and they have confidence, whereas she is not so. So your aunt and tiger, both value points have been given. Aunt is quite weak, docile, submissive, afraid of her husband, whereas tigers are bold, courageous, confident, and elegant. So what kind of married life did she lead? She led a very, her married life was full of ordeals. Do you sympathize with her? Yes, because she has suffered a lot in her life or she was suppressed by her husband. What will happen to Aunt Jennifer's tigers after death? What will happen? Aunt Jennifer's tigers will remain so. Her artwork will remain so even after her death. Where are Aunt Jennifer's tigers? They are on the panel. Why did Aunt Jennifer create the tigers? Why did she create? Probably she imagined to lead the life like that of a tiger. Well, you can explain about it more. Thank you. Goodbye.